Hello all and welcome back to another wonderful video. Today I'm here on this horribly made boat in Ponytown because today I'm going to be sharing with you guys how you can play the boat to Brazil. This is a very fun party game that you can play on your party island. It's a very fun thing that you can do here in Ponytown with pretty much any number of friends or however you want to call them. Maybe they're just acquaintances, maybe they're just random people that you gotta dox. I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and judge, but the point is this is a fun little mini game that you can play here in Ponytown, and it's very simple to set up and play. So here's how it works, and here's the premise. The premise is that we're going to take turns rolling out of 6, going around this board, this colorful board here that has white, pink, black, and blue different tiles on them. You can use carpets, you can use these rounded carpets. I personally like to use rounded carpets like this in mini games because they're very big, so multiple people can sit on it easier and things like that. But anyway, you're going to take turns rolling on that, and then of course, based on what you land on, it's going to do something different to you. Now, to lose at this game, you have to fall in the water. You have to sink in the water. How do you sink in the water? Well, every time you land on a blue square, a blue circle, or whatever you want to call it, you're going to be sent to the boat. And the boat is the most dangerous place to be because other players are going to slowly disintegrate the boat until the boat is no more, or until you fall in the water as it's being destroyed. So how does that work? Well, let's go ahead and start explaining all of the tiles and things like that. So you're going to start in the top left, or I guess you can start wherever you want. Just make sure everyone mutually agrees where you go. Like I said, you're going to roll out a 6. How to do that? /roll 6. We'll do that right now. For some reason that I misspelled that or something, I guess. /roll 6. 2 of 6, I landed 1 and 2, that is blue. It sends me to the boat. I now have to stay here all the way until my next turn. Once it's my turn again, I get to return to that same blue square, that same blue circle I was on before I got sent to the boat, and here I am. It's my turn again, and I'll roll out a 6 once more, and then this time I'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And what does the white little tile here do? Well, this allows you to get yourself a paintbrush out, and you get to change the color of this to either pink, blue, or black. And this is very good because you can use it to send people to the boat later. You can obviously mess up yourself and eventually land on that same blue square later. But essentially, you get to change this color to anything like that. So let's go ahead and change it to pink. We'll make it pink. And the thing about it is, since I changed the color of it, it does not affect me until someone else lands on it. Once the next time I land on it, like if I was to go a full rotation and I land on it one more time, it will affect me then, but it will not affect me the turn that I change the color of it. It also won't affect the players that are already on that tile, if they are already on that tile somehow. So let's say that I made a full rotation and I landed on pink. What does pink do? This gives me 1 single point. Now, points are very valuable because you can use them to repair part of the boat. I'll explain that a little bit later. So let's say I make another full rotation, or I move around or whatever like that, and I land on a black tile. What does the black tile do? Well, you might have been able to guess based off the premise of this game. The black tile allows me to get myself a shovel with some water, and I get to remove any single piece of this boat I want. Specifically the floor tiles. All these props and things like that that are on there just literally don't matter at all. But we're gonna go ahead and remove a tile like this or something like that. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, I removed it. It's kind of hard to tell that I removed it, but I did. Early game, this isn't going to hurt players too much because, if there's a single water tile like this somewhere and I'm on it, that doesn't count as a loss because I'm not actually physically in the water. But later on, as the game progresses, it starts to get more and more dangerous because more than likely I'm going to eventually be able to fall in the water like this. And if I fall in the water like this from someone who removed part of the boat, I have officially lost because I have sunk. I have died on the boat to Brazil, and it is a very sad, unfortunate event. I have died. All I can really do at this point is spectate and things like that. If I had any points, they're completely gone forever, and that's just that. I have lost. Now, at any point, when you're on the boat, let's say I'm on the boat or whatever, I can pretty much move around as much as I want. Like once I'm on the boat, I can move around as much as I want. I can even move around as the person is removing tiles. But at any point, if I'm on this boat and I hit the water, I have lost. So if you're on here, feel free to just circle this parasol here in the middle or anything like that, or even just stand somewhere. It doesn't matter, but you're on that boat until it's your turn again. Once it's your turn again, you can finally leave the boat and return to that same blue square, blue circle, whatever you want to call it, that you were on when you got sent to the boat. Now onto the points. The points are very important because, like I said, you can actually restore pieces of the boat with them. However, you need 3 points to do this. So let's say we have a very destroyed boat like this or something like that, and it's being being heavily destroyed, and I'm scared that like if I get sent to the boat, I might lose because there's not very many safe places left on this boat. Before I roll, and this is very important, you have to do it before you roll. You cannot do it after you roll or after you've landed on something. You have to do it before you roll. You can spend 3 of your points, get a shovel out, get a piece of wood, and restore one single piece of the boat. Now, if you have multiple points, like if you have 6 points, you can restore 2 pieces at the same time. If you have 9 points somehow, you can restore 3 pieces at the same time. It doesn't matter how many you restore at the same time, but 3 points equals 1 wooden tile, and that's how it works. Essentially now, you go around this board over and over and over again, rolling out of 6. Eventually, all the white squares would probably become black squares or blue squares or something like that, and eventually the boat will be completely destroyed. This usually ends up happening somehow. Like usually it gets to the point where the boat just isn't there anymore. But when this happens, if you land on a blue tile while there is nothing to go to, you instantly lose because there's no boat to go to. So if the boat is completely destroyed like this, and I land on a blue square, a blue circle, then I have to go to the boat. I die immediately because I've drowned immediately. This is essentially a sudden death situation at this point because any and all blue squares, any and all blue tiles are extremely, extremely, extremely dangerous at this point. But again, if you have enough points from all the pink spaces you've landed on, you can restore a piece of the boat before your turn starts, like before you roll your dice to move along on the board. And maybe this can save you. So let's say this is the situation. It's me and like one other dude or something like that. It's my turn. Before I roll, I'm going to spend my 3 points and get a single wooden tile back to the ship, and I'm gonna put it right there in the middle. Oh, that's great. I have no more points, but that's great. Now it's my turn. I'm gonna go ahead and roll out of 6. Let's see what I get. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that's very sad. I have to immediately destroy that piece. So that's another thing too, is if the boat is completely gone like this and I land on a black tile like this, then I basically do nothing. Like the black tiles basically do nothing once there's nothing left to remove. If you want to, for fun, I guess you can just start removing like random props or something, but those props don't really mean anything. They're just there to make it look a little bit more like a boat. But essentially, that's how the game works, and that is the boat to Brazil. Let me load this map so I can reset it here now so you can see the board one more time. You can set up this board however you want. Just make sure it is surrounded in water and it kind of looks like a boat to some degree. You can make it as big as you want, as small as you want. It doesn't matter. Hey, you know, if you make it big enough, you can start rolling out of 12 instead of out of 6 or something like that. But that's it for this game. That's how you play the boat to Brazil. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you something fun to do with your friends and your family, or just the random people at docks and things like that. I like to call it the boat to Brazil. You can call it whatever you want, I guess, but the boat to Brazil is just a fun little funny name and everything like that. Maybe you could call it cruise disaster. I don't know. But anyway, that's gonna do it for the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do consider liking, subscribing, sharing, and doing all of those wonderful things like that. Because when you do wonderful things like that, not only do you get access to wonderful content such as this, but you also get to become wonderful yourself, and I think we all want that. So do those wonderful things, and until next time, stay wonderful.